Okay, now that we've learned how to bill for an evaluation, we're going to pretend like a couple months has gone by. Several weeks anyways has gone by. The client has received their recommended device, and it's time for us to get out and do our training. So we go out and we do a training visit. Now this is how we input a training visit and bill for the training visit. It's different than what you are used to if you've used ClinicSource before to do DDD billing. Slightly different. There's an extra step or two in here. All right, so what we do is we go to Visits, and we create a new visit. Once again, we need to make sure that we change the type to AT, make sure the location is correct, and we'll just use today's date as our visit. And we're just going to do a training, but if you do an installation visit, use AACI for AAC installation. AACT is for AAC training. That code may change in the future, but the definition will also always be AAC training, so look for that. Diagnosis code automatically generates. Let's say this was a 2-hour training, so we got 8 units for 120 minutes. Okay, now we save it. Actually, let's not save it. Let's click on Add New Progress Note and click on that. And we've got our SOAP note that opens up. You input whatever is appropriate here, blah, blah, blah. Any goals that may have been worked on, maybe this was completed, so you go 100% in mastery. If you've done 50% of one of them, you do 50%, so on and so forth. Any ones that you did, once you've mastered it, it won't show up on the next note. Here's where you put your details of your visit. In the P, maybe continue with goals or whatever it is that you need to do. Save it here. Save it up top. Now you've billed for the visit, but you're not done. You still need to do something. This is a state required form that we will now be doing. So we'll change this to AT, and there's this little it's a new patient form is what it is, a little patient form with a plus sign on it. You'll click on that, and you've got your template. It's an augmentative communication device training report. Insert it, and you'll notice that many of these pertinent forms automatically populated when we create this form. What this is going to be, it's basically a SOAP note and a quarterly report at the same time. It's what the state is requiring us to do. So I'll take a couple minutes to run through this. You'll need to input the parent's name, their phone number, your name. If you're an SLP, you'll click here. If you're an SLPA, OT, or PT who's qualified to do these services, you'll click as an assistive technology specialist. A lot of these things we can fill in here in the office, but the brand name of the device you'll need to fill in, model number, access type. This stuff down here you will need to fill in. If it was mounted and installed, you'll need to fill in that information here. If there's no-shows or cancellations, they need to be recorded in here. Unfortunately, you are aware no-shows are not billable in this AAC contract. But for that same visit that you just billed for, you're going to input some information here. So today's date and the training provided to patient, parent, perhaps the school, team, whatever it is, whoever the training's provided to in that visit. And then you'll basically give the details of that visit again. You can copy it from the previous, from when you were inputting your billing, and paste it in here if you would like, so you don't have to type it out twice, but you need to input the details of the visit. And if I'm just going to do this real quick so you can see that it doesn't look like it line wraps, but once you save it, there's some more things down here. that will need to be filled out, at least once a quarter. We'll save it here, and here's the form that comes up. Now the next visit you do, you'll just open up this same form again. You don't have to rebuild the form. You can come in and you'll see, okay, yeah, it line wrapped. Now to input the next visit, you just click on that edit button and you add the next visit in. Let's say we went in there today, and patient, parent, and DDD SLP. Same thing, blah, blah, blah. You can copy and paste from the visit that you create previously for this visit. And then once a quarter, we have to turn this form in with a summary of the training progress and all of these things completed. We'll just save it after each visit, and that's how you record a visit and bill for a visit, training, or installation.